What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerdventures Tower. We've got some new wild leaks and reports for the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So spoiler warning for the Kenobi show, I think these are pretty reliable leaks. They're not in great detail, but they do explain a lot about the Moses Ingram character, the new Inquisitor that we see front and center in the official Obi-Wan Kenobi teaser trailer. And here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be completely upfront with you guys, as I always am. When I first heard about these specific leaks, it was a little triggering. I was like, man, that's almost exactly what I didn't want from that character. However, when you really dig into what's going on here, not only is it probably going to be pretty chill, like it'll be okay, but it also leaves room for a lot of exciting other things that I've been thinking about and talking about with regards to the Kenobi, and that is mainly other groups of Jedi. Because no matter what, I am always a fan of more Jedi and more versions of the Jedi religion being out there in the galaxy. I've always loved this aspect of Star Wars, and I always felt like it was a huge missed opportunity for Lucasfilm, especially under Disney, because come on, man. We love Jedi. We love Sith. We love Dark Jedi. Let's just get a lot more lightsaber force using people out there in the galaxy. So essentially what most of this comes down to is the fact that the Reva character, that Inquisitor, is going to be super brutal, aggressive, and crazy, as we've heard in other leaks, but there's a catch. The reason that she is as brutal as she is going to be heavily explored in the series, and on the surface level, it looks like they're taking her down that tried and true Lucasfilm villain arc where they just flip to becoming a good guy. And again, at first I was like, no, I don't want to see another Inquisitor have empathetic character beats and make us understand them, humanize them, and then have them eventually just flip back to the light side. Like, I don't want that. And I know redemption is a massive thing in Star Wars, but sometimes you want a baddie to just be a baddie. Now, in this report, which does come from Making Star Wars, it explains that Reva's humanity and anger plays into the end game of the story for Kenobi, so it will not just be inconsequential. And they talk about how in the series, you'll get a glimpse of Reva being taken from her family, innocent and confused. She is turned into a warrior for a corrupt Jedi religion. Ding, 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 corrupt Jedi, dark Jedi, let's go, but let's read on in the report. And then because of the Jedi, she is almost killed in Order 66, then forced to make a choice to become a killer for Darth Vader or die. And in this report, Making Star Wars says they almost spit out their coffee when they saw the excellent Star Wars Old Republic trailer, Disorder, as it's really not that far off from Reva's story in the most basic of ways. It also talks about in the report how Reva is going to be belittled by the Grand Inquisitor and have a rival in the fifth brother, and all of this is sort of used to like break her or cause her to lose her humanity and go further down the dark path. It says in the report that her and Kenobi will obviously come to odds and fight throughout this series, but eventually he will empathize with her history with the Jedi Order and with the Inquisitors, the dark side, and Vader himself. And it's going to come to a point where Kenobi's going to have to rely on Reva, and Reva being good at the end. So again, like for some of us, that's like kind of an annoying character beat. But here's the deal. There's a question asked in the article that really got my imagination working, and it's when Jason asks, how far will Reva be able to go? Will she be able to kill a child that is very similar to her, innocent, and being sort of taken because of their Force abilities, or at least that's kind of the way I read into it. Now, I want to speculate on what this could mean because, again, I've been sort of talking about for some time that I believe you will get a new order of Jedi, or like a secret group of Jedi that's adjacent to what's going on with like Yoda and Kenobi, right? They were from the actual Jedi Order of Coruscant, and they have their own plan. They told all the other Jedi to hide, and they are just kind of overseeing the raising of Anakin's children in the belief that they will one day rise to strike him down or to defeat Darth Vader. But I've been obsessed with this idea and concept of another Jedi Order. In some of the other videos we've talked about, I've talked about how there's a lot of evidence of this. And in even Making Star Wars reports, they make mention of a place that will have a bunch of Force-sensitive refugees. This will be something like a Force colony on Jabim. It might be even associated with Saw Gerrera and him bringing in Kyber crystals. And I love the idea of this tying into the Jedi Fallen Order games, which I think will now be known as just the Jedi games, and having more Jedi around in the galaxy that were doing their own thing or had their own beliefs about the Force is awesome. It opens up all kinds of interesting storytelling opportunities. And so this leak right here, even though a part of me is like, ah, man, I'm not really that interested in Reva. I really want to see just Obi-Wan fighting Inquisitors and dealing with Vader. I'd love the story to be focused on that. And even though I don't love the trope of new villains being injected in to give us a perspective of the Empire where they eventually turn good, the idea of her firstly being associated with an order of corrupted Jedi, very intriguing, and the idea of her possibly playing a role in preserving or saving some of the Jedi and Force users at this time period during the Kenobi show. Incredible. It's also possible we see this character move on in the canon, perhaps even join up with Cal Kestis, Ahsoka, or Luke Skywalker. And so basically what I'm saying is there's a lot of intrigue here, and even though, again, there's some parts with that I don't love, I'm going to reserve my judgment until I see it. And overall, my excitement for the possibility of just more building out of Force users and interesting subplots to what was going on in the time period between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, and even beyond that into like the sequel timeline, like there's just a lot of room for characters and stories that we didn't see in some of the other storytelling, but were still significant, still involved the Force, and we're still Star Wars for all intents and purposes. So I'm choosing to sort of withstand judgment here. I'm kind of excited for some of these possibilities. What do you think about these leaks? Please let me know in the comment section below. Like this video if you liked it. It really does help us out. We'll be doing a ton of Kenobi videos and coverage moving towards that series. So, subscribe and check out the live streaming channel. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.